Hi guys, welcome back to Tea Talk Real Estate, where we drink tea and talk about real estate. Today I have my buddy here from FBC Mortgage, Jad Nicholas. He's going to talk about, refinancing. All right, Jad, what are you drinking today?
Today I'm drinking tea, no sugar right now. I'm trying a little bit of a diet here. I'm trying to lose some weight.
Well, I'm drinking some oolong tea. I guess we have the same mug.
Yes, sir.
All right, so tell me about the refinance market. Is it a good time to refi?
Absolutely. Right now is a perfect time to refinance. Rates are at historical lows, and most people can benefit from refinancing.
Okay. Well, could you, give me an example? Like, if one of my clients has a rate of 4.5%, how much could you save if they do a refi right now?
Sure. Depending on certain parameters, they're going to be somewhere between 3 and 3.25 on the rate. So for now, just to be conservative, let's talk about a 3.25% rate. Let's talk about, let's say, a $300,000 mortgage. And if they refinance into a new $300,000 mortgage, so their current balance is $300,000, they refinance into $300,000, then they're going to save a little over $400 every single month.
$400
$400 per month. Yes.
So if it's a 30-year mortgage, I mean, you do the number. How much does that save you over time?
That's almost $150,000.
Okay, great. That is insane. I mean,
Yes.
I got to tell all my friends about this and my
Absolutely.
clients.
Absolutely.
Right, so, what about closing costs? How does that play into the parameter?
Certainly. So there's two things to look at when you're talking about closing costs. There's the actual things that you and I would refer to as closing costs. And then there are the prepaids. So let's get the prepaids out of the way first. Prepaids are where you have to set up your escrow account. And to make a long story short, that's your money either way, whether you stay with your current mortgage or you get a new one. So we don't normally talk about those when we talk about refinances. They are a factor, so I put them in the numbers that you're going to see in front of you. As opposed to the closing costs. The costs are actual costs. These are lender fees that me as a lender, I would charge. The closing attorney charges fees. There's title insurance involved to reinsure all the title all over again. And then on top of that, you also have the government. The government takes a little cut. So for an example like this, it's about $5,000 approximately for a loan in the $300,000 range. So when it comes to recouping that cost, that's something that you'd look at as a $5,000 cost that you would have to recoup.
So what if my clients don't have $5,000 cash that they can put in?
Right. So we would refinance that right into the loan. So on the screen in front of you, you should be able to see two different options. One would be a new $300,000 loan. The other would be a $305,000 loan, where we go ahead and we finance the $5,000 into the new loan amount so that the client does not come up with that money. The only money they have to come up with would be the prepaids, the $2,000 approximately in prepaids. But then within 30 days, their old lender is going to refund them that same amount of money.
Okay, great. Well, so, how long does it take to recoup the cost for it to make sense to refinance?
Certainly. In this particular example, it takes a year, right about a year, 12 months. I would say that anything less than 2 years, it would make sense to refinance. So if you're looking at a different loan size, a different program where, let's say, it takes 3 or 4 years to refinance, I normally tell those clients, let's hold off on refinancing. It's probably not a good idea. And the reason is that at least right now in the city of Atlanta, the average turnover for a home, meaning the average time it takes before you actually are going to be moving again, is 5 years from the time you actually moved into that house. So if you've already been in the house for 2 years, you're most likely going to move again in 3 years. So if it's going to take you 3 years to recoup the cost of the refinance, you're already moving at that time and you've never been able to realize the benefit of the refinance. So that's why I recommend 2 years or less.
Okay, great. And, last question is, right now we're in a crazy time with a crazy pandemic and riots all over the place. How's the mortgage business looking? How's the market? Are people still buying houses nowadays, or they're on the sideline waiting? What do you see on the mortgage side?
What I see on the mortgage side is, due to all the stimulus packages, and I'm not going to get into too much detail, there are a lot of borrowers that are qualified, and there are a lot of people that are still buying. I'm actually seeing record months in closings. May was a record month. June is already becoming a record month. And it might be the biggest month that, I personally have ever had in closings. And the reason for that is the rates are so low, and at the same time, people are still buying. So whether or not the rates were low, people still need to purchase a home. People are still moving, so they have to buy. So at this time, it's a great time to buy. It's a great time to move real estate.
Great. And, thank you for joining me today. And thank you guys for listening. Please subscribe to my channel, T-Top Real Estate. And if you need a refinance loan officer, please contact Chad, and I will have his contact information on the bottom. All right. See you guys next time.
Sounds good. Talk to you soon.